Mojave's Groms. First and last on brush. All right, folks, just wanted to cut the camera on before I dive 100% into doing this 3S brushless conversion on the Mojave's, the Mojave Groms. So I wanted to cut the camera on, you guys, just to give you an update of where I'm at and show you what I'm doing here before I put everything together. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. There's one thing that I have not seen on YouTube, and maybe people have done this because they sell it, but I haven't seen anyone change the spur on the Grom. And so I've had the Spur since the Granite. I just never installed it. This is a hot racing 57 tooth. I can get a zoom in on that. 57 tooth Spur on here. I've installed it on this bad boy right here. So this one has the 4400 kV combo that I'm gonna put in the red joint. And see, as you can see, the Spur is black. It's not the aluminum metal color. It's actually black. This pinion on here is a 24 tooth pinion with a 5mm bore, and it has a 1/8 sleeve inside of it. So in order to get this pinion to fit, I did, when I first got the Granite, I bought all of the motor mount. Like there's like a bundle of motor mounts that you can buy for the Groms, and I bought that, and they come with different sizes and whatnot, along with different pinions that I have. I have the 59 by 22 tooth motor mount in here, and the reason why I'm using that one is same teeth count for the 57 and the 24 tooth. So just going down 2 teeth on the Spur and then going 2 teeth up on the pinion. So from a 59 to a 57, and then from a 22 to a 24. So it's the same size, the same number of teeth that's in there, and it should work. So far so good with this setup. I put the cover on it, and everything is working as it should. The only issue that I may have is with the heat, and I'll just monitor that. If it starts to heat up too much, or if it, cogs or whatnot, then I'll just go down to, I have a 21 tooth pinion and an 18 tooth pinion as well, but I want to try with the largest pinion first and then go down from there. With that being said, as you guys can see on the green joint, it's installed with the cover, and I did not butcher the cover this time. Check that out. So this is the 5600 kV can, and it is in there like a glove, and I did not butcher it. The reason why or how is because all I did was took these 3 screws off the top of the motor, took those out, and I twist the, here's a matter of fact, me take this out of here. Yeah, it's kind of tight. There we go. See these 3 screws? Boom, boom, boom on each side. Took those screws out, raised this cap, and just twisted the cap. So this screw hole is now going to be on this side. And what that did was it allowed me, instead of having the motor sit like this, right, where this is up against the cover, it now allows me to sit it like this. So it's directly on top. So it cleared it, so now I don't have to, you know, butcher the cover. Nice and clean, guys. Nice and clean. If you have a Castle motor, you can do that. I don't know if it's possible with other cans. I don't have any other smaller cans here to test that with. But these are longer than your Hobby Wing 31 or whatever Hobby Wing has. These are much longer cans. They're larger cans, so you got to do a little finessing to get them to fit just right without butchering them. So with that being said, guys, I also on here, as you notice, I don't know if you noticed that, but I have the ESC mount, right? And on the ESC mount, you have this crease right here, right? And then you have this little spacer where the fan sat. Well, I cut this out and then I cut from here to here on this one. And the reason for that is so that I may be able to sit my receiver on the same side as my ESC. Now, where in the hell did I put my receiver? Okay, here it is. So I'm going with the Radio Master. So it's pretty small for an ESC. I'm sorry, for a receiver. So it's gonna fit right smack dead over here like this. Just like that. So boom. Then here's a ESC, fits like that. So everything is gonna be on one side, guys. And over here, this foam is actually perfect because all of my 3S batteries are the exact length of this. So I'm gonna keep this foam in here and utilize it for sure. As you guys can see, I have Willy bars on the back of both. These are not your Hot Racing Willy bars. These are some other company that's on Amazon. They're a little bit more expensive, maybe because the aluminum, or the steel, I don't even know if it's aluminum or steel, but it's a thicker sheet of metal for the actual plate itself. And then with that being said, as you guys can see in the rear, I got 2 bodies to paint. One of them definitely is going to be black. I want to go black with the red joint here, black body. And then on the green one, I got some wheels, right? Some on-road wheels for it. And I'm thinking about, you know, flipping the color on that one. I may go orange, something loud that I'm gonna do on that one to match that green. But I did run into some issues, so I test fitted like 6 or 7 different tires on here. And with these guys, these hubs are a little different. So they are 12mm hex hubs. However, your tires fit the wheels on here. They're very snug. Like normally you'll be able to just pop a wheel on here and tighten it up, right? You literally have to force the wheel, push the wheel on here. So it's like it's a 12mm hex hub, but it's not 12mm hex. You know, it's too small for 14 mil, but it's like very snug for a 12. So whatever wheels you get 12, but just rest assured, if you're gonna keep the stock hubs, you're gonna have to push it on there. Otherwise, you could try converting it to the metal CVDs and whatnot that Arrma has, which I may do down the line in another video. But right now it's just getting the motor, getting my electronics installed, and getting a test run on 3S. The coloring, the painting of the bodies will be another video. I just want to, let you guys see that they are here, and that is in the works as well. And last but not least, guys, I also picked up something that I've been wanting for a long time for these damn things. And that is some adjustable steering links. About time. They are available on Horizon Hobbies website. This is the part number. They sell two different kind. I got the kind that was available for set B. I believe these are for the Mojave. Since the Mojave has a shorter, the arms on the Mojave are shorter than like the Granite and the Typhon. So I believe that these are for the Mojave. Anyway, they will fit on your Typhons too. All you gotta do is unscrew it and make them a little longer. But this is gonna help with creating that toe that you need so that it drives straight. So I will be installing these as well, you guys. So with that being said, just gonna go ahead and get these buttoned up, and I'll cut the camera back on once I got them all nice and tight. All right, guys, here we go. They are complete. Check it out. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the blue one. Let's get that one out the way. So check it out. So this body will require some trimming in the rear. The shocks, the springs on the factory shocks are terrible. It just sags. So you either got to put some stiffeners on the springs or change the springs completely. Now, I've done that with the red joint. I've changed the springs in the rear on the red one from a pair of shocks that I had. I got a bag of shocks that I've been using on my other Groms, but I didn't change it on here. And when I did a test run with the factory tires, right? Even with the factory, it's still rubbed through. I haven't even ran these tires yet, and I have this from these guys. So even with the factory and the sagging of the rear, rub right through the paint on the body. So right off the rip, you're gonna have to stiffen the suspension in the rear. Go with a stiffer spring in the rear or change the shock oil or something. So that's number one. Number two, these wheels are for the street, of course. So when I run it on the street, I will be just putting these on. So check it out. So you guys can see, let me go ahead and fix that. Got the turnbuckles installed. Had to cut some of the, like I scarred them up pretty bad. But one of the links on the end, on each side, I cut because they were too long. So because they have two sets of steering links on the website, maybe these were for the Typhon and the Granite, because they're longer. And on here, they were too, even when they were tightened all the way down, they were still too long. So I had to cut them. But I cut them and got them to fit. So there is a little camber or toe with the wheels, which is dope. And that's for the red one too. The red one's the same way. Got the, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the red one also has the turnbuckles as well. So we'll get to that one in just a second. So let me just go ahead and pop the body off on this guy, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. So I won't be able to run it until tomorrow because I got the pinion sitting with the Loctite. So let me go ahead and pull this body off if I can. There we go. All right, guys, so here we have it. Check it out. There's the battery I was telling you about, the Hugo 2200 50C, 3S battery. Swing it around. You have your 5600 kV motor sitting there nice and pretty, and your micro X2 receiver. I'm sorry, ESC. And you see my receiver tucked up under there, about the way, with room to spare. You guys, it's pretty dope. The only downfall I have about this body, guys, with running this motor is it's completely covered. So I figure once I, get these bodies painted, once I paint them, I'm going to cut these open, these louvers. I'm gonna cut them open, and then in the inside, I'm probably gonna just cut this out in the inside. So this is right over the motor, so that we can, one, get some air passing through here to help the motor cool. And then also, when running it, there's some air that can pass through the body. So there's no air that passes through this body. So as you're running, it's gonna lift on you and flip over because the air is getting caught under the hood. So hopefully opening this up will allow the air to pass through and prevent it from flipping over as much. Even though I do have a welly bar on there, can't help. I mean, it can't hurt by just allowing the air to pass through there a little better. You feel me? So, so with that being said, I mean, it's ready to go. Calibrated the ESC and everything's ready to go. I'm just waiting for the Loctite to do its thing on the pinion. And then we have the red joint over here. Same thing. As you notice, there is the butt of it sits a little higher. A little bit more bounce to it. Bring it down some. Yeah, it's just a little higher. Now this tire that I have on here, and I'll put the link in the description below. It's the exact same size as the factory tire, but it's a street tire that I've been running on my Typhon. It's a 63 millimeter diameter tire. This tire over here is a 65, so it's a couple of millimeters, a little taller, but those 2 millimeters makes a big difference from it rubbing, so and I like it. It's black, looks dope. So when I do paint the body all black, it's gonna be all black everything, murdered out, and with the lights, of course, underneath it. But yeah, these tires, like I said, I'll put the link in the description for both sets of tires if anyone's interested in putting on-road tires on their Mojave. Really good grip on these tires too. I recommend these tires, are really good. With that being said, let me go ahead and pop the top on this one. All right, same thing. Just this one has the 4400 kV combo in it. Everything is on the left side, on the right side. Battery on the other side. And again, has the steering turnbuckles on there as well. And it's ready to rock and roll. The only thing I haven't done is placement of this switch. So figure that out, and then we'll be good to go. So with that being said, I don't know how long this video is. This part is already 8 minutes. The other part was probably like 8 minutes, and the part before that was 8 minutes. So it's already a 16-minute video, you guys. Next video, I'll have the bodies painted, and we're gonna give these a run. You feel me? So just stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe. Tried to squeeze everything in one video, guys, but that video will be hella long. But they are done. They are complete. 3S conversion of your Mojaves. So let me just go ahead and pop this body back on here. See how I do it. Boom. There you go. It's your boy, Mr. Mitos. Peace and blessing, folks. And I'm out. Go.